Yeah, so hot on the news of Shadow Spearing giving that away, of course. The guys at Games Workshop are also working on some new Chaos Space Marines, which are actually available for pre-order this weekend. So, of course, one of the big ones is Abaddon, the Despoiler, is now out there in the world. He's going to be leading the attack for all the Chaos Space Marines on the tabletop very, very soon, no doubt. The new sculpt looks fantastic. Really like what they've done with him, sort of giving him this big presence as well, sort of so that he can sort of stand up against some of the like Marnius and obviously the returned Rubute Guilliman, or Rowboat Gurlyman, as I like to call him. As well as that, we've also got the addition of some new plastic kits as well. So there's the new Chaos Space Marine plastic kit, which is coming out, which a lot of people would have seen some previews of with like Blackstone Fortress and what they've done there. This is actually entirely compatible with the previous plastic kit. So if you're one of those people that's kept a lot of bits together and all that kind of thing, there are really nice options for sort of mixing and matching. You should see some in that article there where they've sort of mixed and matched a couple of the different legions together between the old and the new sprues. As well as that, with every new release that seems to come out now, there's also a new piece of terrain as well, and this is called the Noctilith Crown, or as people have also crowned it, the Cal Space Marine Stargate. Someone wants that back at SG1.
It's kind of weird looking though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as if you're going to go through a portal, right? Do you really want your spiky bits on the inside of the rim?
No, I don't.
Well, I was thinking, where's the staircase to get into it?
Oh, well, they're going to jump through it, man.
Yeah. Oh, right, so they've got like a catapult, some kind of space marine ballista.
But as you're going through a portal, you don't really want to be as you're going through the other. So bring it back up for a sec.
Well, okay.
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like some sort of medieval chastity belt.
Yeah.
That's what it's like, a part of a chastity belt from the Middle Ages.
You're not the first person to reference something very similar to that.
I'm thinking more of the Merovingian man, Da Vinci's drawing.
Did he put spikes on the inside?
No, but if you
just
put
had
someone in position in there, you'd pretty much be like...
Do you mean the Vitruvian man?
Vitruvian man, sorry.
Do you mean like any circle that exists?
So it's a circle.
No, never mind. Reference lost.
It's not lost, but it's just a circle and a square with a man inside it.
Light!
Yeah, whatever.
But the interesting thing about the actual Noctilith Crown in terms of gameplay purposes as well, it's almost their sort of like way to harness more warp energy and warp power, and it also has some really cool things to do with the Psychers as well. Interestingly, it's actually made out of Blackstone. That is obviously, as you might have imagined, from Blackstone Fortress. So it's this sort of new material that they've managed to get their hands on, and tentacles, of course, as well. Mutants everywhere. As well as that, they've also thrown into the mix a sort of updated codex, which includes a whole bunch of new stuff in there that's sort of been tweaked from chapter approved and all that kind of thing as well. I will say, though, that they have talked about on their blog that you don't actually have to buy this new codex if you already had the one from 2017, I believe it is, because a lot of the same stuff in there is pretty much in there. You can just buy some sort of update PDFs, and also if you pick up the new box for Shadowspear, which has some new stuff in there as well, and of course there's Vigilus Ablaze, which is the new sort of expansion to what's happening with Vigilus. There are some sort of data slates and data sheets in there that you want to use to pick up and sort of add to your force. So if you do have the one from 2017, you don't have to automatically go out and buy the new one, but it would help, I suppose, as well, which is kind of cool. So
I have the box here for Shadowspear, right? So there's got the Demonkin in it.
Yes.
So I can take those models and run that with that codex.
Yeah. There's a mini codex in this box with all of their new rules in there for both sides, so the Vanguard and the Demonkin.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how it works.
Cool.
Yeah, because obviously the one from 2017 won't have those updated ones in, but you can download PDFs and all that kind of thing, or just pick up Shadowspear and grab that. So
yeah, it's nice to see that they're actually doing an updated codex rather than a brand spanking new codex. Mm-hmm. So that it's just tying everything together as an update.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool idea, and I'm really liking the sort of new style and aesthetic they've gone for the Chaos Space Marines. I think they've sort of stepped away from the kind of almost slightly weirdly comical look that they used to have with some of the stuff that they had previously in plastic, and now I think they've sort of embraced that slightly more serious look, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah.
See, one thing I'm noticing for them is if we look at the image, you can actually see the different marks of armor have been mixed in a lot better than what we used to see, because it always used to look like just really modern armor, but I can see some like Mark III and Mark IV warplate mixed in amongst all this, which is very nice.
Yeah, it's a cool little touch, I think, that really sort of helps to bring together that idea of these guys of, veterans of the Long War, that kind of thing. So, these guys have been fighting in the Imperium and out of it in the warp and everything for millennia now, basically. So, it's very cool.
Cool. Like it a lot. Mm-hmm. Spiky. Love all those spiky bits all over them.
Yeah. Especially when
I know,
you put
I
your
know
hand
you're a
down.
fan of that.
Oh, I didn't
Moving
know
on.
this.